Remoraid's effect on the evolution of its aquatic friend, Mantyke, is certainly enigmatic. When the little fish is present next to Mantyke, our manta ray friend evolves into Mantyne, an even bigger manta ray. Oddly enough, all Mantyne seem to have a Remoraid clinging to their underside, cleaning the belly of debris and other fish. Thus, the relationship between Mantyke and Remoraid must contribute something to the evolutionary sequence. What can this be? Many of us should know that many Pokémon evolve when they are extremely happy. The endorphins that produce happiness in the brain are the same endorphins that we see released from Mantyke's glands when a Remoraid is nearby. It is possible that Remoraid and Mantyke bond in such a way that they make each other very happy, and this happiness is what causes Mantyke to evolve. Scientists are currently researching whether producing this happiness, without a Remoraid, can produce the same result, evolution. One of the strange things to note about Mantyne is that Remoraid never seems to leave Mantyne's side. These Remoraid never evolve, and apparently Mantyne's presence seems to stunt their growth into octillery. Of course, an octillery cannot keep up with a Mantyne, so it's possible that the Remoraid itself enjoys sticking with Mantyne so much that it prevents its own evolution. These two truly compose one of the more fascinating mysteries of the sea. A rare sight around the seas of Johto, Mantyne biology was not properly explored at all until fairly recently, and as such, even the very existence of its juvenile form, Mantyke, was unknown to most scholars. However, after researchers at Sinnoh were indeed able to identify and confirm its existence, in point of fact, it is quite literally as common as muck in Sinnoh. So you have to wonder how they didn't make the connection sooner. It became a hot research topic for its bizarre method of evolution, which involves the Pokémon Remoraid, a bizarre fish best known for acting as a cleaner in underwater communities by biting away pieces of fungus and other potentially infectious pieces from larger organisms, and for undergoing some bizarre form of regressive evolution, reverting from a vertebrate fish to an invertebrate cephalopod form, octillery, after a sort of metamorphosis. The life cycle, then, is quite bizarre. It appears that Mantyne congregate extensively in coastal areas, such as Undla Bay and the environs of Sunyshore City, until they encounter a Remoraid, at which point they will accompany the fish out to sea, evolving into a Mantyne once sufficiently mature, which then migrates to their breeding grounds in Johto. The discrepancy between numbers indicates that very few Mantyke survive the journey. After breeding, the females lay their eggs in the seabed and abandon them. Once the eggs hatch, the Mantyke must make their way back to the coastal areas, where they will be safe from predators. Even so, large quantities of Mantyke are a big part of the ocean food chain, so at least they're useful for something. Mantyke and Remoraid have a symbiotic relationship, meaning both of them benefit from living together. Mantyke protects the small Remoraid from being eaten by vicious Pokémon such as Sharpedo and Basculin. Remoraid also feeds off of the scraps of food that Mantyke misses. Mantyke benefits from having a Remoraid around because the Remoraid cleans and protects Mantyke's body from diseases, allowing Mantyke to focus on evolving into Mantyne. There are some downsides for Remoraid when choosing to live with a Mantyke. Once a Remoraid picks a Mantyke to live with, it will always be with that Mantyke for the rest of its life. Also, the Remoraid loses its ability to evolve into octillery. The technicalities surrounding Mantyke's evolution pose quite a dilemma for scientists. While the theory Harshaw brought up is currently the best explanation the scientific community has to offer, there are a number of things still not known all about it. What is known is that the odd prerequisite of a Remoraid appears to be a vestige from prehistoric times, when common fish Pokémon such as Remoraid were stronger and more intimidating. The protection Remoraid may have offered would allow the small Mantyke to concentrate on evolution. After Mantyke had evolved, the Remoraid would spend its life under the fin of the new Mantyne, catching scraps from Mantyne's meals. While Remoraid doesn't exactly offer this protection today, this behavior is seen in modern Mantyke-Remoraid relationships. Remoraid won't attach to Mantyke until it has evolved into Mantyne. Regardless of the past, however, Remoraid's role in Mantyke's evolution is still a fascinating topic of study.